You are a natural futurist. You can actually predict the future with astonishing accuracy. I'll give you an example. So let's say you're speeding down the highway in your car and you notice some cars up ahead are completely stopped, and you slam your brakes and the tires start to skid a little bit, so you pull back on the brakes a little bit and you narrowly avoid hitting that car in front of you. You can only make the calculation of how hard to push your brake pedal at any given moment by looking ahead 1, 5, 10 seconds, using that feedback of how far you are away from the car in front of you to inform how hard you should push the brakes. If you weren't so accurate, you'd be dead right now. And I'm going to put some loose math on the screen to really illustrate this. Assuming a car crash takes like 5 seconds from the moment of, oh shit, to actually crashing, and assuming the average US driver crashes every 18 years, that means that for every 3.3 million times you don't crash, you will only crash once. And you do that by continually making these fleeting moment by moment predictions into your immediate future. Now let's have some fun with this. Let's extend the time frame out a little bit. Let's say 30 seconds from now. Where are you right now? Are you in your bed? Are you laying down? Are you watching this on your phone? If so, there's a very, very high likelihood that in 30 seconds, you're going to be in the same spot. What about 1 hour from now? What are you going to be doing? If it's 11 p.m. and you typically fall asleep at 11:15 p.m., 1 hour from now, you're going to be asleep. What about 2 weeks from now? Very high chance that you are going to be working at the same job that you worked at today. What about 10 years from now? Well, that gets a lot harder, but pretty darn likely that you will be alive 10 years from now. You will probably have a car, if you have a car now. So there's certain predictions that we can make even 10 years from now that we can be very confident in. Now let's make things exponentially more complicated. Can you predict the future, not for one person, but for all of humanity? It sounds crazy, but there have been futurists that have actually accurately made predictions. They've identified trends that still apply. So example, one of them is Moore's Law. I think they changed it once. He initially predicted that the number of transistors on a circuit board would double every year. And I think they changed it to once every 18 months. But the bottom line is that we're still following Moore's Law many years later. It's this momentous trend that all of these hundreds of thousands of minds that are creating this different technology, all of that complexity is going into this very neat prediction about the future. Now, if a prediction on the scale of Moore's Law can be so confoundingly accurate, just imagine what other trends are out there that are as yet undiscovered. The professional futurist finds these trends and describes them to humanity.